So, hello dudes, here we are in my little camper van. I've got a couple of jobs that we're going to do in this camper van on YouTube over the next few weeks really. One of them is a molly panel that's going to go on the inside of this black panel behind me. On the outside of there is a water tank which I intend to use for my shower system. This is a little small T25, T3, whatever you want to call it, Volkswagen camper van. So they are small. They're not like van life things where you could live in them. They're absolutely tiny. I'll give you a quick whiz round. It's a bit dirty in here, but you know, this is the general gist of it. They're just tiny little camper vans, and hence the reason I have a rooftop tent, and a lot of this kind of outdoor living stuff goes on here. Now we are going to, I don't know if you're level or not, I haven't got horizon leveling on my camera because I like the little narrow field of view for this video. So we're going to install an actual hot shower system in this, or on this I should say, tiny camper van. The principle of it will be obvious soon when I show you where it's going to go, but there are some changes I've had to make in order to accommodate the way I want this system to work on my van. On the outside there I've got a 20-litre water tank which I'll show you in a minute. It's not going to be glamorous this video, you're going to see wheelie bins and bushes and all sorts of stuff, if you know what I mean. But on the outside there I've got a 20-litre water tank. This shower comes with one of these little pumps which I'm sure you would have all seen before in the past, a proper little Camplux one. This is a high quality little pump. It's a couple of £100 for this shower system, and I can see that they've tested it because there's water dripping out of it, but that's got some nice little kind of rubber mounted feet on it, so you can see them bending and stuff. So I'm hoping that's going to be relatively quiet. Comes with a nice fitting like this, and I'll show you the other ends in a second when we go outside of my camper van. The principle is that's a 20-litre water tank out there, and this is going to suck water out of that water tank via this pump, feed it from this pump to the inlet of this shower, and then it's going to go through the heat exchange out the outlet to our nice shower head. There's obviously a gas fitting on here which I'll show you here and now so you can see. This is the gas fitting, this is the water outlet, this is the water inlet. This is like a little kind of thing you twist to let the water come out when you are winterizing it basically, and this is a little compartment for some batteries that go in there for the automatic igniter. The automatic igniter on this shower comes on when it senses water flow basically, so if the water starts flowing the igniter will start clicking, the gas will ignite and it starts warming up the heat exchange. I'm going to show you now outside where I intend to fit this shower, and I've already started fitting this shower just because I wanted to kind of in my head work out what was going to be going where. It did come with this little handle, this carry handle on the top. I don't want it, it's going to rattle around in my van, so that's going to do my nutting. And it comes with these little kind of blue hoses that you kind of connect everything up with, and then you've got this shower head. So it's got like three kind of, excuse my fingers, I've been working roofing today, they're all dirty and horrible. This has got three ways you can have the water coming out, and you can actually stop and start the shower on a pressure switch inside the shower with the actual head. So that allows you to have the controls away from where you're going to be showering, which is handy because that's how my configuration is going to be. And you've got this nice kind of quick connect. But I'll show you what's happened. And the reason I kind of started this off camera, I always wanted to make a YouTube video out of this because we all love a bit of content, don't we? The reason I started it off camera is because I knew I had a lot of decisions to make that were going to be boring for you guys. But now that I've made all the decisions, I'm going to take you around the back of the van. You're going to see where the shower's going to be going, and we'll go from there. But I'll wander you around there now. It might get a bit loud because I live on a busy road. We've got this kind of Sherpa, it's quite nice, and our hot water system, if you hadn't guessed it, is going to go up here in this cupboard. So allow me one moment to place you nicely on a wheelie bin, and I'll get it sort of looking in the right place. I'll go now and grab the shower and you'll see what's happening. So here we are back with our shower. This shower hooks into this system like so, okay? But because this is a gas shower and it's obviously going to have a flame that needs to pass over a heat exchange, the principle, the way that I've made that work is, sorry about all the noise, I live on a busy road guys. How did I make that work? I mounted a small piece of timber which I drilled through and used the Sherpa bolts that used to bolt just the box. Now go all the way through this piece of timber. That's our little hanging bolt there, and that allows us to hang the shower on, kick it out a little bit at the top, and I'll put this bracket on there, which is what actually holds our shower, again through one of the original mounting bolts, which actually what holds our shower in place, which I will show you now. So once we hang this shower unit up and in place, you can see that that little bracket under there, you see the bracket on there, ignore this white bit of plastic, let me get that out of the way. That little bracket lines up with a screw that I've taken it out of here, and I put that screw back in there with an Allen key, and that holds all that firmly in place. Now our problems start with all of the hose connectors that have to go into the bottom of this, because there's not enough room for you to take one of these and connect it in there, which is where my first problem started. Also, you can't just ram the top of the shower up against the top of the pelican case, because this is an exhaust here for a boiler which will ultimately get hot, and I don't really want it to melt the pelican case, so I left a bit of vent there. You can see how far out of the cupboard or the pelican case that actual shower vent is going to be. So we want that to obviously exhaust out into the atmosphere rather than sweating and melting. Or I don't think it would melt these pelican cases. I think they're really, really tough to be fair. But I just didn't want to trap all that heat in there. When I use a shower, this door will generally be open. So what we've bought is some of this stuff. Now let me go and get my stuff that I've bought, and I'll show you in a second. So what we've actually bought is a PTFE tape, which you kind of need for all this stuff really. Got my 2D batteries, which are going to go in there to sort my igniter out. And crucially, I'll open this up. I bought a 1/2 inch BSP, it's called. Don't know what the BSP stands for. Gas fitting, to turn that gas fitting that goes straight down from the shower into a 90 degree. So it's going to point out, yeah, come out of the box rather than down on the box. What I also bought, so we can quick connect our shower head and our feeds and stuff, which I'm hoping to just leave connected and stuff in here, is we bought some of these, like little 90 degree hose connectors. So now our hose connector connects to it that way, yeah, rather than out of the shower, rather than down and not fitting basically. So now one of the things we've got to do is we're going to take the shower back off, attach all of those pieces, and then come back and hopefully mount it in place and have all of our 90s on so we can make our connections with the actual shower mounted solidly. So there we go, I've just sat in here in my little van for 10 minutes. I'm going to show you what I've done. This is a little gas fitting, so now everything is facing sort of 90 degrees rather than straight out. These little things move. These little things move quite a lot, like they move quite a lot. They're meant to be like rotatable things you put money on, but I'm worried about how much they are, how much play they have. But maybe when the water pressure's in there, it pushes them down and they kind of seal. I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. I mean, it ain't too bad. If I do have to take it all apart and find some better bits, I will, but extra damage and stuff. They weren't cheap, but I feel like they move a lot. And we put some PTFE all around this gas fitting, nice and tight now, got it facing the way you want it to face pretty much. And now we've just got to put our 2 little D-cell batteries in this little puppy, which we'll knock out now, which is for the igniter basically, this is. Don't know what way around these bad boys go. I'm guessing that way for that one. I'm guessing that way for that one. That goes in there, that goes like that. Sorted. Let's go back to the back of the van. This is going to be split over a couple of days this video because now this is the first day I'm actually getting serious about fitting it. I've got to run some gas lines. I've got a gas hopper in my van. And I've already got a point of reinforced gas pipe that goes underneath the van to a quick access point for my barbecue, so that I can just quick connect my barbecue outside to underneath my van. I'm going to do the same again. I'm going to reinforce line back to the back of my van so that I can just go from this gas outlet straight into a quick connect. So I've got gas feed for my shower once I open the cabinet. Once I open that little cupboard, my shower's in there, grab the gas line, grab the shower head. Still a bit of a faff compared to, you know, like your full-on shower cubicles in a proper camper van, but I bring that back. I'm not saying proper camper van, I'm saying bigger camper van, because this is a proper camper van. It just means I've got a little bit of faffing to do, but if I'm off grid, having a hot shower out of T3, come on you Volkswagen boys, that's the dream. That's the dream. So, when we come round here now, and we put our little, we're just going to mock it in now, basically. I'm not going to hard mount this in here at all until I know everything works and everything is how I want it to be. It's not looking good, and that's gonna be too big. So, I'll just put the hose pipe away basically, so I'm really pleased with that, to be fair. What we've done is, what I thought was going to happen is, these fittings are too close to the bottom and I thought they were going to be pushed up into the housing and not create a water seal, but as you can see it's absolutely mint in there, no gas leak and no water leak, which is exactly what we need. So yeah, that's a 20 litre tank. This pump that's going to go on this has a maximum flow rate, absolute maximum of 4.3. Smack the camera on the door. 4.3 litres. We call it 4 litres per minute. So even if it was maxed out, which it isn't going to be, sorry, like the you know, I'm not going to have the water flow rate at its maximum setting. I'm going to have, you know, it's probably going to be about halfway. So that means, by my maths, at maximum setting it can do basically a 5-minute shower, and at half setting it's a 10-minute shower. So you might be able to have like at least 7 or 8 minute shower of hot water from the side of my van. Now, when you're doing a camping shower, you normally just get yourself wet with warm water, stop the shower, do your sudding up and all that stuff, start a shower, rinse you off. So you might get a few showers out of that, which I'm hoping, but you know, whatever. I am going to steal this quick connect. If you ever go to a site that's got like you know, water facilities where you can hook, some of them have like a tap next to the electric hookup, you can still connect this hose pipe. Now I have mains fed shower and just shower to your heart's content, so that's also quite nice. But let me show you how I want to do this. This is how I'm going to do this basically. That is going to go in the side there. So I am going to mount that. I'm going to mount that there. So that little inlet there is the inlet. The outlet that goes to the shower is going to be out the back. It's going to curve round. So this is going to go on the inlet. It's going to curve round the back there and go into the back of that pump, which I will show you when it's all done. And then the inlet will go from that pump and just drop into the tank down the side. So let's crack on with that now and see what we can do. Okay, so we're looking to mount our little pump, but this pump is a bit of a pain in the arse to hold in place. So I've made a little template. So took the plate, took the pump, mounted some cardboard, put some holes in the cardboard, and now I can safely. So obviously on the side of my little thing here, there's a handle and there's ribs, and I don't want to fit this pump in any of those places where I can't fit it. So I'm thinking about holding it in there, looking like obviously left and right, and trying to make sure that I'm fitting that pump in a nice place before I start drilling my nice pelican case. So let's do that. I'll come back once I've drilled some holes and mounted the pump. Let's do it. So we're about to mount our little pump. I've drilled my 4 holes where I hope they're going to be, but I'll just show you what it is that I'm going to be doing. I've got some pop rivets here, nice little black ones. Wanted black ones because going on with a black box obviously. What I'm planning to do is pass it through the box wall, through the rubber mount, and then, because I haven't got any tiny little washers and I want to get it done, you know how it is, all I really need is something along the lines of this, which I'm just going to cut off of my I'm just going to cut the excess off. Hang on, let me try and get one out of here. Bleeding now, come on. Little crimp, which I'm then going to put over the pop rivet like that to distribute the pop rivet weight of a little bit of metal on the rubber mount, and then I've got something nice to squish it against. I'll show you how that goes now. I'll mount that all up, bring you back and show you what it looks like. Let's do it. So there we go, solid as a solid thing. We've mounted our little pump up there. Just pop rivet it straight through the side of the box. And we've got our feed on. I put the feed on before I did it, so it's just dangling there ready to connect to the shower. I'll show you that in a second. But yeah, that's all mounted. We've got our little bit of power sticking out for the pump. That is switched, and that does connect straight to the outside of my van in that port anyway. So it's all very, very simple. We'll mount the shower in now, proper, and hopefully connect the bits up and see how we're getting on. Let's do that. Back in a second with it. It's good and solid, and it ain't even like bolted in yet. So look, it's pretty solid in there. So this little puppy goes around in there. I might need to do that after I've bolted it in actually, because that's in the way of the bolt. So let's bolt it in, see how we get on. Bish bash bush boys. It's one of them ones, do you know what I mean? Situation so far, pump is mounted, shower is hard mounted in there, ain't going anywhere, and our water hose, our feed inlet, goes all the way up to the back of that pump. Beautiful. And then this goes to the tank, this goes to the gas, and then you fire it up and you've got a lovely shower, which I am going to fire it up with just a gas bottle for the minute. I've got to run my gas lines in my thing, but I am going to put water in a tank, and then I am going to run it up and see if this pump works. So let's connect the hose to the pump that goes to the tank. So I'm just filling up. So we've done the pump. It's connected to the shower. The feed from the pump is now going over the top and into that tank that I've got mounted on the window. Let me just get over there for you. We are currently filling up that tank. So this is like the switch you get, which goes to the pump. I'm obviously going to shorten this wire and put the correct end on it so it fits on the outside part of my van. This little kind of fitting I've got here, I can buy those. This round one, I can buy that and quick connect things to the outside of my van basically for a bit of power. So what I'm going to do now is just for proof of concept basically, I'm going to run this to my cigarette lighter, connect the pump up and see if this bad boy fires up on its own water in that tank. Wish me luck. Let's do it. Moment of truth. Yes, that is a hot shower off the back of a Volkswagen T3. Beautiful. See how long it lasts for. I'm going to stand here, see how long it lasts.